Good morning, everyone.
Morning, everybody. We're down by the Colorado River in Columbus, Texas.
Yep.
And but it's not the Colorado River you think it is. It's the Texas Colorado River, which is much different than the Rocky Colorado River.
Yeah,
so,
I was very disappointed.
So on it, but this actually starts off in just south of Lubbock,
Yep.
Texas, and it runs over 800 miles. It's the longest river in the United States that's within a state, right?
Within a state.
Yeah, it's cool. So
Yep,
on it.
and comes out into the Gulf of Mexico.
So on it. And where we're standing right now is right next to the river, but they've had floods here up in even as late as last 5 years or so that completely covered the campground where we're camping now, and it crested over 51 feet, so it was 50 feet higher than we are, so it's pretty amazing, the power of this river. It's very muddy, and there's a lot of mud here in the banks and stuff. You can kind of see behind us a little bit. It's very, very muddy up there, Sadie.
You can really tell the erosion, like when you look where Sadie is right now.
Yeah, so on it. But anyway, but it's been pretty good. But we did take a little trip yesterday down into Columbus, a small little community here in Texas. I believe it's the county seat we're in Colorado County.
Colorado County.
Yeah,
yep.
And I believe Columbus is the county seat, if I remember right. That's where the courthouse is and stuff. So, but the town was cute. It was pretty.
The architecture is really nice in the old section.
Yeah, it was
a lot of history here.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of history here. Mostly built by cattlemen, rich cattlemen for that matter, and landowners. They built a nice opera house down there. And the opera house was there. There was a lot of flags left over from July 4th that went up and down the streets, and a couple old buildings. There was an old saloon, I think it was.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And they have this really cool water tower, like right on the grounds of the courthouse.
Right, and I guess the water tower was put in because they had. Columbus was supposed to be initially the capital of the state, but for some reason they decided against it. And I think it was because they had water issues here, even though the Colorado River snaked around it. Oop, Sadie's barking at something. So on it, she's always making trouble. There she is. I think she's just barking at the fish. So anyway, ignore the crazy dog. All right, so we're back after that small interruption, but basically we're talking about Columbus and the fire tower and the issue with water they had here. Even though the Colorado River literally circles Columbus itself, or goes around it pretty tightly.
It snakes back and forth.
Right, yeah, and so they had water issues here because the water is so muddy. They had difficulty filtering it. Outside of using it for livestock and food and growing, staples and things. It was difficult to drink. So they had this water tower they built. I guess it was also used to stop fires. I guess they had a couple of fires here at one point. So, but it was a neat little town. We spent about an hour there, just kind of walking around, reading some of the plaques and stuff, and it was interesting. So. And then we took this ride. I'm not sure why we took this ride. It was kind of an aimless ride because this was long, straight roads, which is pretty much what Texas is. And we stumbled across this plaque on the side of the road because we passed all these things, say plaque 1 mile to 2 miles.
Historic
and then you get up to it, it's this little teeny plaque. It's about yay big.
This one was a little bit bigger.
Yeah, this was a little bit bigger, and it was put by the Daughters of the Confederacy, I think it was. And I'll put a picture of it here someplace. And they basically were, I guess, what is it called? Alleytown,
Yep.
which was a major hub in the Civil War. It's where the trains kind of ended, and they would take the cotton out. It was the last supply line for the Confederacy after the Union Army basically kind of bottled up the Mississippi River, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
It was after the Battle of Vicksburg. They no longer had access, the South no longer had access to the Mississippi River, right?
Right, and so they would basically smuggle the cotton out, get it on trains out to here, and this was the last hub where the trains went, and then they would take it and put it on...
wagon trains.
Yeah, huge wagon trains, big flat wagons on huge mule trains, and take them down to Mexico, and then send them off to Europe and get money in exchange, and in turn they would buy weapons and uniforms and staples that they needed to fight the Union. So a little bit of Confederate
Confederacy
history, you know what I mean, on it. Take it for what you think it is, but it was kind of interesting. So
yeah, the water tower that we were talking about in Columbus is actually a little history museum of the Confederacy too.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like 32.
It has 32-inch walls.
Right.
So I don't know how big it is inside because we didn't go inside it, but it looked pretty interesting.
Yeah. So, but that's kind of what we did yesterday. Good news is that we got our security licenses. Yay! So it's I don't want to put it in front of Teri's face here. Yay! Yay! Thumbs up. On it. So we got a license. We haven't get them physical yet. We won't get them for a week or two, but we do have our numbers and stuff. And now we kind of figuring out what the next steps are. We've kind of hopefully we'll be probably heading to San Antonio.
Yep.
Probably Friday, if not earlier, and stay in that area until we can
get a gate
and get the next step, and probably be there at the gate for at least 30 days. I think we have to commit to at least 30 days, maybe longer. So, but anyway, so that's what's been going on with us. As you can see, Sadie is as noisy as ever. She's getting a little aggravated because she's can't run free in these campgrounds, and we're actually at the bottom of the campground. We're camped probably another 100 yards, not even 100 yards, probably 50 yards up the hill here. So on it, and if you can see here, we'll show you the hill. It's like a road going up to here, and which kind of goes right down into the water here. So
it's a boat ramp.
Yeah, pretty much so. It's kind of a mushy boat ramp, but
yeah.
Anyway, so but we'll talk to you guys all a little bit later, and not too sure when we'll get the next blog out. We probably won't be doing one Friday when we're traveling, but we'll probably do one tomorrow, depending on what we get to see today.
Right.
And on it. So hope everybody's doing well.
I hope everybody's having a great day. And stay cool in the north.
That's right. Kind of a sort of overcast, humid day here a little bit.
Yeah.
So on it. But
not too bad.
It's pretty typical Texas.
Yep.
So anyway.
Getting used to it.
We'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.